Hey listeners, it's Paul Andriola here. Why not join our community at Small Cap Discoveries, where we offer our members direct access to some of the best microcap investment opportunities available. Our members are getting access to premium microcap financings, research reports, and direct access to management. Sign up today at www.smallcapdiscoveries.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Small Cap Discoveries conference call. Today on our call, we have the CEO, Mirko Wicha from Haivision Systems. Haivision trades on the TSX exchange under the symbol HAI, and it also trades on the OTC under HAIVF. The company is currently trading at $5.38 with about 29 million shares outstanding, or about $156 million market cap. Now I'd like to hand it over to Paul Andriola.
Thanks a lot, Trevor. Mirko, welcome today. Happy to have you on board. Haivision Systems, a company we've done a little bit of work on, but we're not super familiar with, so we're happy to have you on here to explain a little bit more about the business. I understand you've got the presentation. I think Trevor's going to set it up for you. So why don't we just dive into it? Love to know more about the company, and I'll just hand it over to you.
Sure. No, thanks, Paul and Trevor. So I'll let you drive the presentation. It's actually a very new one. We just literally put it up last week. So it's actually very fresh, and we thought it would be important to kind of let people know what the story is. You know, it's 3 years after our IPO back in late 2020. The company's complexion has changed quite a bit because we've done 2 significant acquisitions, as we said we would do when IPO. So I thought it would be good to refresh it. So it's brand new. It's should be under 20 minutes. So I'll rifle through it quickly if you can keep up with me, Trevor. I'll just this disclaimers. Let's go to our beautiful little Apollo slide, which is kind of ironic since we just landed back on the moon, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. But let me basically start off. Let me just make sure I get mine because I can't even see the screen right now. Hold on, bear with me. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, slide 3. Perfect. So look, the power of real-time live video really struck the world, as I mentioned, like over 50 years ago, right, when America landed on the moon. And since then, really the technological progress of network connectivity from the first TV broadcast to the internet, and I would say more recently, the mobile connectivity, have transformed the world for consumers and corporations and governments. And really beyond the ability to, I'd say, instantaneously share text, emails, documents, pictures, and data of all types, relying on real-time live video to ingest information, to process it, to drive decisions, and then share the outcome is really the ultimate power made possible, right, by 50 years of network video and data processing innovations. And we are now at a tipping point, right, the prevalence of cloud computing, the emergence of 5G, and advancements in AI, and really the need for ubiquitous bandwidth and unlimited data processing is a reality. And combine that with the complexity of real-time video that was once a novelty has now become vital. So we call this transformational wave the real-time video revolution, and Haivision aims to lead it, in the enterprise, the government, and the defense markets. Let's go to slide 4. If Haivision's mission is to drive awareness, better decisions, and faster responses by leveraging real-time video across fixed and mobile networks with performance, quality, reliability, and security, which is the DNA of all of our solutions. Now, the use cases we serve are varied, yet our solutions all are based around the same 3 steps. We first ingest the video and data source generated from cameras or sensors to carry it across a network. We then process it to match market-specific needs and create value, and then we share it downstream to downstream users and systems exploiting that information. Now, whether it's a director in a bustling environment of a live NFL game, or commander stationed in strategic confines of a war room, or a CIO orchestrating their response to a cybersecurity attack, Haivision empowers them to observe and engage with the world in real time with unparalleled clarity and precision. And this is what we call mission critical video networking. Our ability to serve truly diverse customer needs with the same set of solutions is a unique differentiator, allowing Haivision to create value from a truly global market opportunity. Let me be more specific with a few customer examples. Let's go to slide 5. Talk about enterprise. Within the context of controlling, optimizing, and protecting the global enterprise, Haivision leads the market in providing real-time video and visualization solutions. In fact, we cater to professionals within organizations that require real-time video information to effectively do their jobs, from delivering live video to financial traders, like we do for RBC, Citibank, New York Stock Exchange, to network operational centers such as Akamai, Salesforce, or Meta. Our solutions play a pivotal role in decision-making, resource allocation, and strategic planning, particularly in emergency or complex operations, because installations such as these demand the highest level of system security and 24/7 resilient operational capability, together with high-end performance, responsiveness, and connectivity. In fact, one growth area to highlight is the response to the escalating threats of cybercrime. Enterprises are increasingly adopting what I call military command center style approaches to their cybersecurity strategies. And this involves establishing centralized, highly sophisticated video operation centers that are designed to monitor, assess, and respond to global cyber threats across the entire enterprise in real time. For example, Meta, who's actually happens to be one of our largest clients, has turned to Haivision to help in visualizing virtually every aspect of the business, including cybersecurity, network operations, fraud, physical security, and critical data center systems. In fact, they've already commissioned, just to give you a picture of this, over 60 operational centers globally, all connected back to the 3 major global security operational centers, which we kind of refer to GSOCs. Pretty cool use cases. Let's go to the next slide. Talk about government defense. Haivision, has invested significantly in security, certifications, and network threat compliances. That's really creating a huge barrier to entry. I mean, in government and defense, where security, performance, and reliability and low latency are paramount, we specifically focus on several areas: mission critical video distribution across government campuses and offices, within space centers and onboard military or defense platforms. Global ISR deployments, and ISR, which stands for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. This is the critical video from sensors and cameras on drones that pilots on the other side of the world rely on. And then command centers, from real-time crime centers for police departments to joint operation centers that enable coordinated military action. One of our key accounts, NASA, in fact, relies on Haivision to capture video from cameras all of their launch sites and deliver those critical feeds throughout their campuses and display the video along with other mission critical data within all their mission control centers, which was actually on display when the lunar module landed on the moon a few weeks ago, which is kind of pretty cool. Let's go to slide 7, talk about media entertainment, which is the other part of our business. So it's about a third of our verticals. Haivision has been a game changer in the media and entertainment industry, pushing the boundaries within, innovative ultra low latency video network technology for almost 20 years. I mean, back in 2010, we first teamed up with the NFL to transform live remote interviews. And then in 2014, we invented and introduced our groundbreaking streaming protocol for secure, reliable transport, which is now known as SRT, offering a cost-effective alternative to expensive satellite or fiber proprietary feeds, spreading our technology to every cloud, video, broadcast, and streaming professional. And in 2017, we actually open sourced SRT, which completely transformed the industry. And more recently, we invested in the wireless sector, bringing the latest 5G bonded cellular technology to our premier customer list. Private 5G networks and the advanced application of 5G network slicing is unleashing vast new broadcast production opportunities, as we have demonstrated in the coverage of the King's coronation and at the previous Olympics. Now, another one of our core clients, ESPN, is leveraging our technology in a massive way. For NCAA sports, over 600 college venues are wired up to stream live events back to ESPN's control center in Bristol, Connecticut. Our Makitos and SRT technology make it happen, powering through a staggering 2,500 events each year for their OTT platform. In fact, the Haivision Power Network actually contributes to more than 10% of their ESPN's 23,000 live events annually. From CNN's newsroom to Olympics, Haivision's presence in broadcast is undeniable and everywhere. So we're not just part of the scene, we're actually at its very, very core. Let's see, let's go to the next slide. Yep. As you've seen with our customer examples, right? I mean, Haivision is focused on live video use cases applied to market segments where our DNA of performance, quality, reliability, and security are most important. Now, we don't play in the consumer market or the low-cost prosumer video market segment, which investors rightly perceive as low value, nor do we play in the video conferencing market competing with Zoom and Skype or the free offering like Teams. Mission-critical video networking really represents the highest value segment of the global video streaming infrastructure market, which is estimated to be about $23 billion in 2022, and to grow at about a compound growth rate of 16% over the next 10 years. Now, out of that 23 billion massive TAM, we estimated our targeted high value segments was about 5 billion in 2022, so pretty large. Now, live video represents the lion's share of this market, and given that it always starts at the back of a camera or sensor, our market includes both hardware and software solutions. Now, in this truly global market, our strategy really focused on the three high-value segments, right? Enterprise, government and defense, and media and entertainment. And leveraging our end-to-end solutions across market segments is foundational to our business as we maximize the technical synergies and credibility while differentiating against the pure play players. Let's go to the next slide. How do we really serve our customers? We serve a broad set of customers and markets, and it all starts with the ingest stage, where the video output of the camera or sensor needs to be encoded and sent over a network. Now, we address this challenge with two award-winning families of high-valued hardware solutions, which is our Makito, designed for fixed networks, and our Pro Series transmitters designed for mobile wireless networks. Now, the barrier to entry for solutions matching our DNA is high, and we demonstrate the significant value we bring to these solutions with gross margins in excess of 70%. Right? We also offer pure software solutions tailored, right, to the needs of each market and representing the majority of our R&D investments. Note that systems in government, defense, and enterprise are often on-premise due to their mission-critical nature and security requirements. Our solutions are also available within public clouds, and our growth strategy includes the continued development of SaaS solutions with recurring revenue streams. And in addition, all of our hardware and software solutions are sold with recurring support and maintenance revenue. Now, finally, let's say artificial intelligence, machine learning are also used across our product portfolio at the time of ingest to enhance the incoming video with real-time intelligence, and then at the process stage to optimize the efficiency of our solutions, and at the share stage to optimize the quality of the video output. Let's jump to the next slide, technology leadership. Now, when it comes to transporting live video over any network, Haivision is absolutely the world leader in innovation. Right? 20 years ago, Haivision brought to the market the world's first ultra-low latency codecs that were the foundation of the telepresence, distance education, and telemedicine markets. The SRT protocol we invented 10 years ago continues to be the Haivision's strategic cornerstone within the global video market. And SRT has actually established Haivision as a true pioneer that created a revolution, opened the doors to the highest levels of leadership within our clients, and really forged the path to many strategic partnerships and M&A opportunities. And we have also established Haivision as being on the cutting edge of ultra-low latency 5G innovation, anchored by client, equipment vendor, and telco partnerships, we have pushed the envelope of live video over cellular networks. Finally, through our collaboration with the major players in the public cloud and AI, we are looking to make high-performance live video not only simple and ubiquitous, but intelligent in what specific video needs to be delivered and what information is captured and created to accompany that video, and how efficiently that video gets delivered from source to destination. Let's go to the next slide. When I founded Haivision almost 20 years ago, we defined our market focus as live video for applications that require ultra-low latency encoding under low bandwidth conditions. Now, interestingly enough, the overall video market has now moved into our domain of expertise. We have also steered away from applications that don't require high quality, reliability, performance, or security. And we definitely do not play in the consumer space. We focus on our core values, where our clients align with our fundamentals, where we can provide the highest differentiated value. Well, clients come to Haivision because of our core DNA fundamentals and technological leadership. And we solve the fundamental needs of our clients through a consultative approach, and we do this through a global sales organization equipped with the top field engineers in the business. Now, many of our clients continue to buy from us for years. In fact, 75% of our sales last year came from the clients that purchased from us the previous year. Now, this really shows predictability and a sense of recurring revenue that we enjoy. In fact, we continue to build multi-year deployments for large programmatic business with clients that deploy our solutions over multiple years. In fact, a great few examples would be like this US State Department, right? Upgrading all their 183 embassies worldwide over 5+ years, or the US Navy, where we actually continue to upgrade their video systems for the past 7 years, or even the US Department of Defense, the Predator UAV program that we retrofitted 3 times over a 10-year period. Now, with that, let's look at the Haivision and numbers. Next slide. You know, today we have approximately 350 employees throughout the world and 140 million revenue in our fiscal year 2023, which finished back in October. You know, since our incorporation in 2004, we have delivered 17 years of positive adjusted EBITDA, which we see as a proof point of the value carried by our vision. Now, our strong gross margins exceeding 70% is another testament to our innovative technology and to the solutions we provide for these mission-critical and high-demanding use cases. As mentioned earlier, right, we target the $5 billion high-value market segment of the broad video infrastructure market, which has a total TAM of about $23 billion, as I mentioned. And we believe this is the right segment with significant growth perspective to deliver long-term shareholder value. And over our history, we've actually done 8 acquisitions to serve our growth objectives, and we will continue to do M&A as opportunities arise. I would say that today, really, Haivision is seen kind of as a innovator, disruptor, prime influencer, and technology leader in the real-time video industry. So look at slide 13. Investment opportunity. I'd say profitable growth has been a guiding principle since I founded Haivision. In our 16+ years as a private company, we grew organically, believe it or not, at 22.7% CAGR, and have been excellent stewards of capital. As from an initial investment of $8.25 million in capital, we delivered over $80 million in revenue at the time of our IPO in 2020. I like to say not many companies can say that. You know, usually it's the reverse, right? They raise 80 million and maybe they have sales of 8 billion, something we're very proud of. And more importantly, the current market conditions show us how critical it is to keep profitable growth as a core objective of the business to drive long-term shareholder value. Our acquisition history also includes 2 strategic post-IPO acquisitions to position us as leaders in the command centers and 5G wireless developments, an essential part of our vision for the real-time video revolution. Now, considering that 80% of acquisitions typically fail, we have an impressive record of accomplishment. And we'll keep leveraging our team's expertise in strategic M&A to expand product offering and grow revenue. Our growth will be driven by the demand for increasingly complex command centers across all market segments. The benefit of introducing AI in the AISR activities and defense and new possibilities offered by 5G connectivity in the media and entertainment domain. So we have built a sizable business, and the investments we have already made in product development and in our sales organization are enabling us to derive operational efficiencies and accelerate profitability faster than the revenue growth. So this is just the beginning. I mean, Haivision has a potential really to serve as a platform for growth and reap the benefits of the real-time video revolution. Let's go to the next slide. I got to talk about the people, the management team. You know, our management team really has an average of over 30 plus years in the video industry. And most of us have worked together for the last 14 years. In fact, I've worked with Peter, our chief strategy officer, in my previous life at Discrete Autodesk, and since the very beginning of Haivision. Dan, our CFO, joined us early in the days of Haivision over 15 years ago. Now, in addition to that, a year ago, we successfully strengthened our product activities with the arrival of Jean-Marc as our chief product officer, who ran all product strategy at Cinemedia. Now, this team is tight and works extremely well together and with all the other senior management at Haivision. Now, our ability to deliver also relies on the engagement and quality of our employees. And we're proud to have assembled a diverse workforce spread across 24 countries, 17 time zones, and speaking 27 plus languages. Now, we are also proud to say that 50% of our employees have been with us for more than 5 years. It's really the right balance to retain expertise while allowing ongoing acquisition of new talents. And it's all about people, and our culture is dear to my heart. It is what built Haivision and makes us very special. So, thank you for listening, and I'm happy to open up for questions.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mirko. A great presentation, by the way. One question that came right to mind is just generally, like, what's the business model? Meaning, like, how do you guys get paid? Is there any recurring nature to any of the contracts or services you provide? What can you tell us on that?
Good question. Actually, we basically we have a very direct touch sales force. We've got a diverse sales force all over the world, actually, in the 3 vertical markets, right? So what I find in our defense and government area enterprise, we do a very direct touch with the end users. You know, we have people that are security cleared and all that stuff. We deal with that, but we fulfill through partners, integrators, prime contractors, resellers. And we do very similar in the broadcast area, the media entertainment space, where, you know, we'll deal with NFLs and ABCs and CBS and Fox and ESPN. We know all these people. We deal with them directly, but we don't actually contract directly with those. We'll sell through the integrators that have contracts with them. So we do it's a direct sale, but our customers are actual partners, which is, you know, so. When we say our repeat business, we said 75% of business comes from the same clients. Well, our clients are actually partners. So those partners are repeat partners, but they also have many, many different end users. Now, if you go to the, I would say probably the enterprise commercial market is probably the area where we would be more hands-off than the other verticals, where you're dealing with VARs, resellers, video integrators, where, you know, they do all the screen type of stuff. They put all the wiring stuff, and then they will represent us and sell, even though we consult with them with that, but we're probably less hands-on than all the other ones. And, you know, and our teams have, you know, direct sales quotas for those vertical markets that they sell.
And then what does the competitive landscape look like? Are you a small player in a big pond? Are you the big player in a sort of the pond? What does
that's a very good question. One of the things that we always struggle with is who's our competitor. And, you know, it's like, we're not a pure play player. We're not like, you know, we're not a SaaS-based company or you know, cloud or only one market or only one product. So it's difficult. There is no company that does everything we do. That's number one. So it's hard to have a comparable. So we have to look at the 3 different markets. You know, we have to look at the government enterprise. We got to look at the defense, and we got to look at, for the sake of argument, broadcast, right? totally different landscape of competitors. So we compete with all the names you would kind of recognize, like in the wireless broadcast sector, we compete with the TVU and the Live Views and the Jeros kind of guys. You would never see them in our defense market, number one, right? Or our control room market, enterprise market, or video distribution market. Whereas you go to the video wall market, control room, you have guys like Barco, which is a multi-billion-dollar Belgian company, to a smaller company in Norway, Haivision. Yeah, they do control rooms, but you don't see them in the defense sector. You don't see them in the broadcast sector, so it's very difficult. And go defense, you wouldn't even recognize most of the names because they're all small, companies that actually make customized military-grade, encoders or systems or transcoders. And that's a very fragmented market. These guys would never play in the other market. So we're kind of unique in the fact that we deal in the mission critical, low latency, low bandwidth, high performance, high quality, secure networking, which spans those three areas. And the commonality is mission critical. If it's not mission critical, you don't need secure networks. You don't need high performance, high quality, and low latency. You don't need Haivision, right? There's other players that can do a lot of stuff.
Right.
You don't require that. We're not going to touch that. But the good news is many people, guess what they want? Right? They can't get a bandwidth. They got crappy networks. I want that video now, and I want a high quality, and I want the thing to work, and it's mission critical. So, our market is pretty big.
Yeah, gotcha.
Fragmented and very fragmented.
Gotcha. I would remind everybody that's listening, by the way, if you've got any questions you'd like me to ask Mirko, please use the chat function and we'll ask the question. Okay, so you've done a number of M&A transactions in the past. Where do you go? Like, do you further that M&A, and if so, like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for clients, or are you looking for technology? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
very good question. In fact, we've done technology tuck-ins before. In fact, 4 or 5 years ago, we acquired probably 3 different companies which are tech tuck-ins, right? In AI, in ML, in core native cloud computing, 2 Spanish companies actually. Also technology tuck-in from Germany many years ago. And then we also done acquisitions which did have some revenue associated with it, so geographically and or a different market potential. So we've done a combination of all. Today, what we're looking at, and M&A, by the way, is part of the game going forward. We're absolutely talking to many players. The benefit of us actually having developed that SRT protocol and technology that we open sourced. Now there's over 650 partners all over the world using it. Which actually, it's given us an incredible excuse to talk to every one of them, right? So it's actually been a pretty cool funnel from an M&A perspective. In fact, 3 of our last 5 acquisitions came from SRT partners. So we're kind of uniquely positioned. But what we're looking for now, honestly, is we're a pretty large size company in this market. We're a platform. We've got global presence, right? So what I want to be looking for today is it's got to be synergistic. It's got to be tangential to what we're doing. I'm not looking for a new market. I'm not looking for something crazy different. It has to fit into what we're doing and take a bigger piece of that, of what we're actually after. And it could be both in geography. Let's say we want to bolster something, revenue in a geography, people, in a geography, or it would have to be a significant size to be meaningful. So I'm not looking for technology tuck-ins. We got enough technology, believe me. Something has to be at least a third of our business in size, at least, be significant. But it's also got to be accretive, not that I'm looking at buying stuff on the cheap, but it's just got to make sense. We're not looking to crazy money. It has to be accretive or a visibility to being accretive in a very short period of time. So that's kind of my M&A focus. I would say this fiscal year, because we're already in our Q2 of 24, halfway through Q2. And next week, we're announcing our Q1 results. It's kind of going to be the first year that will be, I would say, clean from any M&A activity and comparables. So taken we've done a lot of work a year ago and 18 months ago with 2 significant acquisitions to make sure we show the synergy and that we can deliver our promised 20% EBITDA performance. And that's really what we've been focusing on a lot. So Q4, we delivered a great performance to show people, give them an indication. Next week, we're going to announce our first clean quarter, where people will get a good glimpse of 2024, what we believe is going to be on path to deliver 20%. So we've already given guidance last time. We said we're going to do 145 to 150 million in revenue in 24, and we said we're going to be mid-teens of EBITDA for the year, which would be another 50-60% growth over last year, which was 83% growth over the year before. So we're on an EBITDA profitability path, and we will also deliver probably one quarter, most probably will be Q4, that would tip to 20+% EBITDA to show that we're on the way. So that's our mission this year. Even if I sign an LOI today, the chance of closing an M&A in 6 months is pretty difficult. So I don't think we'll see any M&A in this fiscal year. But I wouldn't say that for maybe 25, right?
Right. Gotcha. So then apart from M&A, what other sort of new initiatives do you see going forward? Like where's the efforts? Is it R&D? Is it new clients, new sectors? Is there any other new initiatives you can talk to?
Yeah, sure. It's the what we're working on is, the interesting thing about the 2 previous acquisitions is that not only are they both strategic, bolstering 2 big units. One of them is very heavily EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa focused, with little presence in the US. The other one is all US focused with zero visibility to the international. So it's kind of interesting. We're taking actually all of the control center business and growing that internationally, right, with our presence. Now that's a lot of effort. So we're actually building our sales infrastructure for that, because it's a very different sales cycle, and building partnerships in pretty much every country. And that's really long-term high growth. These are big size, big opportunities. We've already won quite a few of them. So we're really moving that. That's a great synergy going global. And of course, we're expanding the US. And we're taking the same from the wireless mobile transmitter business into the US, and we're big in the US. So that's going on. We're plowing ahead with that. So those are our 2 big initiatives that you'll see. So we're really working on it for 2024, but we're going to see the benefits of that in 25 and 26 and beyond. So that's kind of where I see our revenue growth really getting more robust. This year, it's all about profit, all about earnings, operational efficiency. I want to show people we can deliver serious EBITDA. And as a result, our stock should eventually reflect that. That's why we've been battered. Hey, it's been good. We're up over 50% this year to date, which is still undervalued as far as I'm concerned. The value, is still not reflected in our stock, which is great. A lot of room to move. And it's all about EBITDA performance. That's it. So that's our focus for 2024.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, maybe I'll touch on one of the questions that came in. It's the question is asking, when will the company be free cash flow positive? So it sounds like this year is the year that you're really driving bottom line. You guys are cash flow positive right now, but your emphasis is going to be on more of that by the sound of it. So it's not necessarily, it kind of ties into my other questions, capital allocation. Like as you generate cash, where does it go? If you're not likely to do an M&A deal this year, is it into R&D? Is it more salespeople? Is it, where are you going to spend cash?
Yeah, no, well, number one, we're building up our cash reserves for sure, but we're generating cash. And, we have a very low capital costs in the company. And from our EBITDA, we're kind of average about 75% of our EBITDA is converted to cash. So, we're fully generating cash. Now, we're not going to do dividends. We're not going to stuff like that. And I want to do meaningful acquisitions. So I think it's going to require a good amount of cash. It'd be nice to use stock as a currency, but it's been depressed. So I think if the stock, gets to levels where I think it should be, that would be great for us to be able to use that as currency. And together we've got quite a lot of we got a pretty good bank line of credit that's untouched, plus a revolver around that. So we've got 30 to 40 million available to us if we want. We're virtually debt free. We got some stuff on the books because of the acquisition. It was like 0% interest. Why pay it off? So we're virtually debt free. We've got cash in the bank. We've got lines available to us. So I think what we're going to be doing is accumulating cash right now. We've spent a tremendous amount of R&D, so I'm not looking at adding more. I mean, we spent a good amount in R&D already. I've got 6 engineering offices all over the world. A good thing. I mean, I got one in Germany, I got one in Spain, I got one in France, I got 2 in the US, and I got 1 in Canada. Right, so we're very well distributed. We've got a lot of R&D and development. We spent a good amount on that. We're building out, where we're investing is our sales infrastructure. We've done that this year for our Command 360 centers. And these are long-term lead type of deals, right? These take, 12 months to sometimes 3+ years. So that's where we're investing a lot. I would say, if anything, it's a direct relationship of, the direct sales, channel partner sales and stuff like that. And we're just building it up for scale. Right?
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about the stock. So you did mention earlier that you went public in 2020. How much money did you raise at the time? What price?
I think about 35 million. Yeah, I think it was about 35. I can't remember. It seems so long ago, but I think it was about that at $6. We went out at $6. So interesting. We're starting to approach
right back to where you started. Yeah.
Approach believe it or not, we are one of the top stock performers that companies in North America that went out during December 2020. Believe it or not, most companies are down an average of 99%. Okay, so so we've actually done very, very well despite being beaten up. Exactly. And honestly, look, it's as a micro cap, small cap, whatever you want to call, nobody really cares about stocks like that, and everybody got with the high tech, and we just got dragged down with this. And we knew that eventually things will pick up and people will look for the good gems. And look, we have 17 years of EBITDA positive. Like, come on, we've been making money. Our cumulative revenue has been over $1 billion. Okay, it's just not like a small company. So we've been around. We know profit. We've been profitable. And I think our size now, being at $140 million plus, is giving us the platform. When we start delivering, what we said we're going to deliver, I think our valuations will start being comparable to some of these other players out there, which frankly, I don't understand why we're trading at half of some of these people that have lesser gross margins, less growth. It's just a matter of time. And I think the last 2 months of the stock appreciation, I think people are starting to notice and starting to listen to the story. And so I think that's good.
Well, hence why we're trying to talk to you now. So it's a sign, hopefully a good sign. Insider, like what percentage ownership is by insiders, and maybe talk to any other significant shareholders you can talk to.
Yeah, well, basically total insiders with is about 30% or something, roughly. In fact, did we have the slide? I think the last slide was, I didn't even talk about it. I think forgot the last slide.
Let's see if Trevor can bring it back up here. But,
I forgot about that. I never talk about it, but so it's about 30%. And so it's actually very well distributed throughout. A lot of retail. When we went public, there was some good institutions. They made a good money. I mean, our stock just right up like crazy in the first month, which was a little unrealistic, and then it got beaten down by many factors, and so we're climbing out of it. And I think $6 is the holy grail, just to get back to so we can feel good about it. But I still think if you look at our EBITDA multiples, our top line multiple, I mean, just 2 months ago we were trading at 0.8 times revenue, which is like ridiculously stupid, right? So at least we're getting back now. We're up to 1.1 or 1.2 times, and we should be at 1.5 to 2 times for sure. And it's like, well, it's coming. It was a long last year. We did everything we said we would do. In fact, we've exceeded everything we said we would do, and we're just heads down, focused, delivering what we said we would do, and hopefully the rest will take care of
Go
itself.
from there. Yeah. Do you have any analyst coverage? Is anybody following you right now?
Yeah. We got 4 analysts.
Okay.
Canaccord started, right? Because
Mhm.
they were on the cover of our IPO. We've got Acumen, which is
Mhm.
a great guys, Paradigm,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
Capital.
An 8
So
capital.
yeah, we
Gotcha.
got 4.
Okay.
And they're all actually, you know what? These guys really know the market well. Four covers. In fact, all of them are even like 2 months ago when we did our January results, they all put strong buys. I think the average is 7.5 to 8.25, but they put a consensus. This is after our last results.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, it's a good coverage. I
Yeah,
like the
fantastic.
story. They also know we're undervalued.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, it's always a struggle with small caps, right? To get sort of noticed, and especially if you don't need money. So
Well, that's
there,
the other thing, right?
yeah, exactly, right. So good on you for getting that kind of coverage. Mirko, you sort of just last couple things here, but listen, as investors looking at you guys right now, what do you think are the key sort of catalysts or metrics that we should pay the most attention to right now?
Well, I would say like the number one metric for us right now is our operational efficiency, is our cash generation and our EBITDA, adjusted EBITDA performance. I think that's kind of what we set as a guideline. And I wouldn't even focus on the revenue growth that much because we're going through a transition of our business model. It's all about getting to that 20%. Our inventory management, which has been spectacular, our supply chain management, which has been amazing throughout COVID. All of those things are playing into operational efficiency. So I say it's really, we're focusing, which will translate to net earnings, right? Because everyone looks at net earnings. We get the acquisitions, amortization stuff, but so we kind of focus on adjusted EBITDA, but knowing that we convert at least 75% of that into cash. So I think that's kind of what we want to show and deliver before we get back on the M&A track. So the M&A is absolutely part of the play. I want to get to 250 million in revenue as soon as possible. There's also transformational M&As that we could do, or mergers that are out there. I'm talking to many people, there were 2 + 2 could be 6, so they're all opportunities out there. And I just think I want to have that discussion only when I think we're ready and our value is there.
Justifies it.
Yeah. Not there a year ago. It's still not there today. It will be there soon. And when that happens, I think there's some great opportunities to create this company and grow much larger. Because there is no one company that actually dominates. There's not a multi-billion-dollar company that exists that dominates what we do. We are actually, if not the one of the largest, believe it or not, that does what we do, which is kind of cool. So it's so fragmented and it's so difficult to do what we do. And as a result, there's many small niche players. So, being at 140, 150 million is a good size. But like the analysts keep telling me, the next, you gotta be 250, you gotta be 450. And every time I get there, they have to be higher. So I think, the next level is 250 million in revenue. That's my next target. And, that's not that far. You do one acquisition, meaningful, a third of your size,
Awesome, you're close.
not that far.
Yeah. No, it sounds like it's still lots of room for opportunity here. Listen, we've come to the end here, but we always like to make sure that we've covered everything that you want to say, or maybe a key message you want to what you want everybody to walk away with. What would that be today?
Well, I would just say thanks for listening and actually paying attention. I think if you look at our fundamentals, you look at our business on what business we serve, it is bloody exciting. Like, I mean, that area is the hottest, coolest markets. So they're exciting, right? And we're not dependent on one area or one market or one pure place. So that's actually pretty cool. So focus on mission critical video and where that plays in today. And video, you can't get enough video. Nobody can get enough video. And we're right at the heart of that. We started that whole thing, 20 years ago. So that's all pretty exciting. So focus on that and then look at our financials. Look, we're a company that is so tight and sound. We decided to go IPO in September. We were out in December. which is pretty impressive. Okay.
Shocking.
Yeah, well, that should tell you how
Yeah,
tucked we were, man. Like we
yeah,
we are great stewards of capital. And again, I'll repeat, if you remember, I don't know what slide it was, show me one tech company, man, that could say they raised 8 million and did 80 million in revenue.
Right.
I have yet to meet another one.
Mhm.
So that's something we should be proud. We don't scream that enough, because we were at 83, 84 million. We're going IPO, and I literally only 8.25 Canadian. I keep saying Canadian, right?
Yeah.
So that's something we're very proud of,
Yeah. I think the other thing you should be proud of is you're a Canadian company and you've acquired international entities, and usually it's the other way
Only
around.
non-Canadian companies.
So it's like I said, usually the other way around. So it's nice to see a Canadian homegrown sort of winning. So congratulations on that. Listen, Mirko, thank you so much for your time. This has been great. Good chance to really get to understand the business a little bit better. We've been speaking with Mirko Wicha of Haivision Systems. Symbol again is HAI on the TSX. Mirko, great having you today, and we look forward to catching up in the near future.
Great. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.